Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, and welcome to another objects description video. So when a pack comes out, I usually do go over some of my favorite object descriptions in the new pack, because I feel like object descriptions don't get enough love. I guess they are getting a bit more now because some people are seeing potential hints and things. But yeah, I thought I would do another one, except I would combine the three most recent stuff packs together because I've wanted to do them for stuff packs, but stuff packs have way fewer objects than the game packs and the expansion packs, and I feel like most of the time the stuff packs don't have as cleverly written stuff. But now that we've had a few come out, I was like, okay, yeah, I think it's time to do one of these again. And I think most of this might actually focus on paranormal stuff because there seems to be more lore in these objects than I even initially realized. And yeah, there are some funny things that could or could have not been hints. I don't know. We'll see. But without further ado, let's get started. We'll start with Little Grim here from Nifty Knitting. Happy haunting, Little Grim. Better luck next time. So I did talk about this one before, and it's just so funny just looking back on it because when this pack first came out, I was like, ha ha ha, it's because Happy Haunts came in second for the stuff pack community vote theme because it lost to Knitting. So I thought it was just a little joke towards that, but it looks like you could take this quite literally now, because we did get quite a bit of the stuff that was proposed in the Happy Haunts theme through Paranormal stuff, which actually did come out next after Nifty Knitting. So just wow, I don't think it's really that much of coincidence either, because with the object description being written for Nifty Knitting, it probably was written when Paranormal stuff was already pretty deep into production, so they would have already known that they were doing this. And I know, like with Simgru Connor, he worked on both of these packs. I don't know if he wrote the descriptions at all, but yeah, I just find that a very interesting object description despite how short it is. Next, let's take a look at the description for one of the versions of the Murphy bed. Now you see it, now you don't Murphy bed. Now you see it, now you don't. With a contemporary and simplistic design, this Murphy bed unit will fit anywhere in your lot. It comes complete with all parts and hardware ready to assemble. In fact, it comes pre-assembled for your utmost convenience. Comes also with a shelving unit for your favorite accents. Just be sure to make sure it is securely closed when you need to. We wouldn't want you to have an unfortunate accident. Yeah, definitely a reference to the death that was introduced through Tiny Living. I know I wanted to read this toilet one from Tiny Living as well. Compact lavatory by When You Go Industries. Wow, I didn't actually read that word out loud. Now I realize what that means. Tiny bathroom, not a problem. The great minds at When You Go Industries found themselves solving the age of dilemma. A giant toilet in a small space is a thing of the past with this compact and water-efficient design that you don't need to sacrifice your style for. This product's flushing system is controlled by a button on the top of the tank that is noiseless when triggered. Perfect for those times where you don't want anybody to know where you are. I don't know why I did that voice for that object that just came out, but yeah, it's interesting sort of descriptions to kind of give a reason for these toilets to exist, because if there's one thing that The Sims 4 does not need, it's more toilets. Alright, so let's find another one here. Oh, let's go over this cow plant terrarium. The amuse-bouche cow plant terrarium housed in a petite terrarium. This compact cow plant can be your new best friend, provided you keep it well fed. Normal varieties of cow plants, aka Laganaphilus simnivori, are large enough to swallow a sim whole, but this mini variety thankfully does not have that big of an appetite. Yeah, so don't worry about it like bursting out of the cage, suddenly growing large and eating your Sims. It's not gonna happen. Still, it's best not to tempt fate. Avoid tapping on glass. Oh shoot, dang it, I scrolled down by accident. This happens with my mouse quite often, unfortunately. It's kind of annoying. But I think it's more of a me thing than the mouse. Still, it's best not to tempt fate. Avoid tapping onto glass. A miniature stature does not equal a miniature attitude. So there's an interesting thing about this little mini cow plant here. We'll go into live mode for a second, because there's two possible randomly generated names that can come up. And they're both named after YouTubers and streamers, so go to name. Yeah, so here's Mini Sim Z. So it kind of makes sense because like Little Sim Z was the reason we got that name, a cow plant feature. But another one, I think it was also starting with Mini. I can't remember. It was like Mini Rochella, because Rochella is another online personality. She does a lot of Twitch, and she started on YouTube recently. And yeah, thought that was just a fun little Easter egg to point out. It's kind of like text-based, even if it's not like an object description. Let's see, it should be there, open shelf. A new classic and modern decorating. Wow, the oxymoron there, I guess, sort of. This open tiered shelf is perfect for any kitchen that would benefit from a bit of extra storage space. Store your regular use items in this easy to reach shelving system that will save you the agony of spending hours looking for that teapot in every cabinet. Yeah, I do like this object. Oh, there isn't really much room for it here, but yeah, it's a cute little item with the living tiny pack. So let's go over to the palm tree. So this one's kind of interesting. The palm reader's palm tree. In the house of Goth, many things have been around for generations, but the most surprising one is this palm tree, which dates back generations. It's technically a houseplant, so shouldn't it be dead by now? According to Goth family lore, this tree used to grace the parlor of a palm reader. One day, the tree bore a single coconut, which dropped onto the noggin of the palm reader during a reading. Irritated that she didn't predict the unpleasant pop on the head, the palm reader gave the palm to her old friend, Lady Raven Dancer Goth. The tree never produced any more coconuts, but still, watch out. Oh, that's interesting. Just that one coconut. But okay. The funny story aside, it's also interesting that it does mention generations twice. I don't think that really means too much, but I mean, Generations is a very highly requested expansion for The Sims 4 at the moment, so that would be kind of funny if it was a hint, just like how, the little gram hinting, probably 99% chance of paranormal stuff. Speaking of paranormal stuff, I guess we could read another one of these. Statue of Horus. A gentleman named Claude Rene Duplantier Guidry acquired this falcon statue during his world adventures years ago. I almost feel like maybe it's coincidence, but maybe that's a reference to The Sims 3 World Adventures. Just what I was thinking. It is said to be a symbol of power and healing, with eyes that represent the sun and moon. Those closest to Guidry say he kept the statue close to him, even during his final days. Yeah, see, we got even more lore through these object descriptions. It's just kind of funny just how much lore in The Sims 4 is in these object descriptions. Just like the one I keep referencing is in Discover University, where they actually tell you in the soccer ball description how soccer came to be in The Sims 4. But yeah, I remember I wanted to look over this fireplace one. Curiously constructed fireplace. This fireplace was constructed using stones from an old morgue. Why anyone thought that was ever good idea is unclear, but worse decisions have been made. For example, peanut butter and pickle sandwiches are a thing. Yeah, wow, they are a thing, apparently. Okay, I mean, I love peanut butter and pickles, but not together. Not together. Further musings on both topics, however, does yield the thought that perhaps there are people who want a fireplace made of morgue bricks, and people who are wondering when this sentence will be over so they can take a nice juicy bite out of their peanut butter and pickle sandwich. I did not read that second half of the description. That was actually my very first time looking at that, so wow. I would not be surprised if Simgru Connor did write that one, and that almost feels like an object description I would write, especially with the whole like when this sentence will be over. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I like it a lot. Oh, maybe we should go over this one, the Yarny toy, because this is a tie-in to Unravel, one of EA's other games. Yarny is the little thread that ties everyone and everything together. This toy Yarny was handcrafted with love to remind you that you are brave and strong and capable of accomplishing anything you put your mind to. Yeah, that's a pretty cool little crossover. That's one sort of like real world thing I don't mind seeing in The Sims 4 every now and again, an actual like video game crossover rather than like, you know, Star Wars that ends up being just some, you know, I don't need to go into it. I mean, we've talked about it many times. Okay, let's see. Oh, Pepper the Penguin. Should go over that one because penguins my favorite birds besides seagulls. Several different knitting skills were combined to create Pepper, your new adorable penguin friend. The beanie on her head is a reminder of how far the crafter skills have come since the first time they picked up knitting needles. Wow, okay, that's interesting. I hadn't actually read this description either, so that is interesting. It's like, oh yeah, with the hats, it takes more skill rather than to not have the hats on Pepper at all. It makes so much sense. I can't remember how much knitting skill exactly you need to knit Pepper, but I think was it like 3 or 4? But you can't just knit that right away. Right, I remember I wanted to read this one. That was kind of funny. Push your luck end table. I guess I have to do a different voice for sure here because the text is all in italics. Spirits who lurk in the shadows at rest, bring us good fortune upon our request. Wishes for happiness, luck if you're able, and our heart's true desire, a brand new end table. Well, it has come true. Yay! More end tables, and yeah, it's a pretty cool looking one with some nice swatches on there. Ooh, yes, very nice indeed. Even though I haven't gotten to use it myself yet, but yeah, that's a cool object. Oh, maybe to finish it off, we can just do these paintings from Paranormal stuff. So, portraits of Claude Rene Duplantier Guidry post-mortem. And it says, Claude Rene Duplantier Guidry, present day, paranormal investigator, beloved flirt, and paranormal entity, perished in an untimely Murphy bed accident. Wow, I forgot about that aspect tying into Tiny Living, and we did go over that description earlier, funny enough. That was actually not intentional to connect it to that, but yeah, that's a really cool little touch. Man, that lore. Portraits of Claude Rene Duplantier Guidry. Claude Rene Duplantier Guidry, 1883 to 1920. Paranormal investigator and beloved flirt. Wow, so we have an exact timeline of his life. Interesting. And then Temperance's Manor, a painting of the last known residents of Temperance, malicious spirit, avid poltergeist, and former love interest of Claude Rene Duplantier Guidry. Rumor has it she's recently moved. Yeah, if you live in the haunted house, it is possible to run into her, and I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be the the pre-made lot that Dr. Ashley made. Let's just try and, somewhere I can hang this? Okay, it's gonna be on the window, but whatever. Yeah, that looks kind of similar. I guess it's not really the same, but definitely reminds me of the pre-made lots. And I guess just while we're here, there's the two paintings of not Johnny Depp, as often compared to him. Yeah, they're pretty cool looking paintings. But yeah, I think I will end off this object description video here. So feel free to let me know in the comment section below what your favorite ones are. It doesn't have to be any of the ones that I read off, but yeah, that was good. I'm glad I waited to kind of just combine the best of 3 stuff packs. So maybe that's what I'll do with the stuff packs from now on. We'll see when the next ones come out, because I think we're gonna get at least one other stuff pack in 2021. But with that, be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest gaming content, including live simulation games and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching. Yay!